All right, guys, welcome back to a new episode of El Mundo Se Mueve por las Ventas. Yes, you're hearing right. I'm speaking in English because this is the first time I'm going to do an interview in English, because today I'm here with my good friend José Arteaga. And guys, you know how you don't know how honored I am to have him here, because this guy right here is going to teach you, because you know we're in El Mundo Se Mueve por las Ventas, so maybe you want to get some tricks out of his, head. If you're starting a YouTube channel, because this guy right here, he's the master doing the YouTube thing. He lives out of that channel, and he doesn't, not just one channel. He has a few other things on the side. But before we get into that, this guy right here, I met him a few years ago, and he's a chef. Okay, so let me give you a little bit of the background. He's a chef. He loves to cook. However, he's not cooking anymore. I mean, he does, but just for fun, which is, I think, to all of us, that will be one of the best things ever, to do what we like just for fun, instead of running a restaurant 7 days a week, maybe 8 to 10 hours or 14 sometimes. But the reason we have him here today is because I know all you guys want to live out of your YouTube channel. I know I won't. That's one of the things I want to do. But he knows the tricks, and I'm going to ask him a lot of questions, and we're going to pick his brain and just share this with you. So if you understand what I'm saying, then stay and listen to the whole episode. If you don't understand what I'm saying, then shame on you, because if you want to get into YouTube, then you should start speaking the language, because I've learned that by just targeting one language, in my case, I was doing only Spanish, my ratio was kind of low. So when I opened the doors to a multicultural and bilingual target, I started to see the numbers going up. So without any further ado, I'm going to shut up. Jose, welcome, and thank you, my man. Thank you for being my first interviewee in English.
Oh, well, thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you for taking the time. I mean, making the time, because I know you're busy as hell.
Well, I mean, I'm busy, but I mean, come on, it's not as busy as you. We're all busy. But that's the thing. At the end of the day, it's about following your dreams. If you really are that crazy,
right,
that you want to do something like this, well, then you have to be a little crazy. You have to, at the end of the day, just be obsessed and just do it. And it doesn't matter how busy you are, you make time.
Right.
I was recording videos before I came here.
I know.
We're gonna record a video later.
Yeah.
When I leave, I'm gonna record another one. And that's the thing. It's like you gotta be obsessed. You gotta really love what you do.
Okay, obsessed. Let me stop you there. All right. Explain me why obsessed. Why?
Oh, because if you don't, if you don't love what you do, you've heard it a million times.
Oh yeah.
You're gonna hate what you do. And
right.
So being obsessed, it comes easy when you love what you do.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because it's like when you're obsessed with something, before you go to bed, you're already thinking about
the next day.
The next day, the next day, you wake up in the morning, you want to do it, and so on and so forth. And it's just something that you're constantly thinking about.
Right.
Again, almost to an unhealthy.
Right.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question, because you said obsessed, because the night before you start thinking about the next day. But so do you have a list, or how do you follow up? I mean, just go to bed and I'll do this and that, or you put it in I don't know. I mean,
it's just constant.
Okay.
Again, I'm constantly
So
thinking
habits.
about it. Yeah. Well, yeah. So you gotta have habits. Okay. You gotta create again, you gotta have discipline.
Discipline, all right.
Okay, because sometimes you wake up and you don't want to do it, but you gotta do it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But it makes it easier when you love what you do, as
right.
opposed to like, I gotta go to work.
right.
That kind of stuff.
Because the thing is this, I mean, people listening to this episode and watching the YouTube video, maybe asking themselves, hey, I want to be a rock star. I want to just, you know, be number one and have a YouTube channel and live out of my, you know, views and all that. I know I want to, you know, and I think a lot of people want to get there. But man, it's so hard.
Oh yeah, well yeah. So again, if you love what you do, it's not a big deal. So again, I didn't just start doing this the other day. I've been doing this for over 10 years now.
Right, and thank you for that, because I was going to ask you that. Okay, so how many years you did the work? I mean, daily to get where you are, because it's been 10 years, and you moved to Mexico 8 years ago, right?
7.5,
almost 8.
Yeah.
And then we known each other for 7 years now, more or less.
Just about,
yeah. But you started the video thing and the YouTube channel 10 years ago.
Yeah, before I moved here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was doing YouTube way before I moved here. And when I first started doing it, it was just for the love of the game, as they say.
Okay.
You know, not expecting.
So that was the hobby back then.
It was a hobby, yeah. I mean, it was a hobby, but quickly into me doing it, I was like, I want to do this.
Right.
This is what I want to do. But, okay, background. Okay, so when I was started doing YouTube, like literally started doing it, I was in a transition period.
Okay.
Before that, I was
meaning transition from an 8 to 9 job.
No, it's kind of sort of, yeah. So let me explain. So before I was a chef, I mean a cook.
Okay.
Whatever, right? And I was doing that my whole life, and then I stopped being a cook, and then I was doing, just entrepreneurial stuff. I was in Seattle, Washington.
Okay.
And long story short, again, I guess my stories are so long, so check out my channel for my full story. But look, long story short, I was doing like business consulting and helping people, whatever. And long story short, I was doing that and it was paying the bills. I was making good money, but I wasn't happy. I knew I wasn't going to do that, and then I wanted to go back to the kitchen. So I was like, fuck, I got to find something.
Right.
And I found the camera, doing YouTube, all that stuff. So immediately when I found that, I was like, oh wow, this is it. I felt like a kid with, like when you're a kid, you're 6 years old, and you get your new Legos, you get your new whatever, toy, and you're playing with it, you're obsessed with it. That's how I felt, and I knew that feeling. So I was like, I got to capture this. I got to continue with this. So right there, immediately, I was like, okay, in order for me to be a success, be able to live off of this, it's going to take a while. And I already knew how long it would take. First of all, you always hear the 10,000 hours of practice, right?
Right. Malcolm Gladwell said it better.
And
10,000 hours.
Yeah. And all these years of practice. Okay. So I already knew all that because, again, when I first started into the kitchen, working in the restaurants, I didn't know jack nothing. But I learned all the way through, and I knew eventually. Again, by the time I was done, I was already like.
So you were making money on the side and starting the channel?
Yeah, no, yes. I already have my income.
Okay.
Just like you have your income.
Right.
And I mean, you got your job, you're living. But I knew I wanted to do that. But like I said, what I was thinking at the moment was that, like, man, this is going to take years.
Right.
Years. But I was like, okay, this is great. I love it. It's not a big deal. I didn't need to make money then.
Right.
I knew that by the time.
So that's the thing. I mean, a lot of
but other things happen. But go ahead.
Right. I mean, a lot of guys that I know. I mean, guys and gals that I know that want to live out of views and maybe some nice branch or company will see my history or my story or my video, and maybe they'll contact me and they will offer me a pair of shoes to promote. But that takes time.
That takes time. Yeah, look, and the thing is, it's like, at the end of the day, there's a fine line between doing what you love and just doing the YouTube stuff or the social media, whatever, for money. You can do it for money. I can do it for money.
Ching, ching, ching.
And that's one thing. But eventually, you're going to find yourself in the same spot where it's like, oh, I don't love this because I'm not doing what I love. I'm doing this for money.
Correct.
Okay, so like I said, when I was doing this, I already had money in my pocket.
Right.
And I was doing it, whatever. But again, many things happened. Check out my channel. Many things happened in my life. I lost everything. And I was basically, living in a room. I was like, rock bottom. And
so no job, no income.
Nothing. I mean, you know, I was working Uber in Los Angeles.
Okay. A lot of Ubers in LA.
Yeah, all that stuff, and you know, just trying to, you know, make ends meet. I didn't want to go back to the kitchen. I didn't want to do things like that. But I wanted to, again, I wanted to make videos because I was already making videos. All right. But yeah, how did I start making videos? Okay, because again, I left Seattle. I lost everything. Yada yada yada. You know, I was depressed. I wasn't making videos. Okay, but when I was in LA, you know, trying to pick myself up, my friend, my really good friend, you know, he lives out there in Utah. Whatever. Anyway, shout out to him. And he's probably not gonna watch this. Whatever.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? Anyways. But the point is that he was the one that one day basically said to me, "Hey, Jose, you know what I mean, you're driving me crazy talking to me about all these things, you know, conspiracies."
Together, yeah.
Go on YouTube. Just put it on YouTube. And we, you know, I was like, all right, fine, I'll do it. You know, we were drunk that night. You know, I was like, all right, I'll do it. But
this is one of the best ideas, you know.
Yeah, and the next day,
happened.
Yeah, the next day I woke up with my hangover, and guess what I did? I did my first video. Again, not my first video. I was already doing videos, but for fun.
Right.
I was artistic, you know, artsy fartsy bull crap.
So your first, let's say your first
official,
right?
Yeah, video was like in December of 2017.
All right.
And that was basically just me talking to the camera.
So is it the same channel? I mean,
no, I've had so many channels. In fact, that channel got demonetized. It got taken down by YouTube because again, I was talking about things that
no one talks.
Well, I couldn't talk about. Yeah, but nowadays you can talk about these things.
right.
That's not for today's show. But anyways. But the point is that simply put, when I was doing it again, I was at rock bottom. I was working Uber, living in a box in a room. I was barely literally, yeah, barely making it day to day. But that was the thing that was keeping me the hope alive. Mm-hmm. Every day we'll do a video, upload it, get a few views, maybe 100 views, maybe a couple hundred views. But again, I started slowly to build an audience.
Right.
You know, people, you know, chatting, and then before I knew it, I was like, oh, I love this. Long story short. I lost again. You know, things got worse, from bad to worse in Los Angeles, and I had a choice. I'm gonna live out of my car, or I'm gonna, move to Mexico. Again, if I lived out of my car, that meant that. Yeah, if I live out of my car, that means no more YouTube. I gotta get a job. I gotta really get back on my feet. You know, that whole.
A 9 to 5, yeah.
Or if I move to Mexico, I can still do my videos out here.
Because you had $1,500 in your pocket.
Right.
By then.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah. Originally $2,500.
Okay. All right.
And $500 for the plane ticket one way to Mérida.
Yeah.
And $500 for the Airbnb for a month. And then I had $1,500 US when I landed.
And that was it.
Yeah, and at this exchange rate, same thing, like 17 years. Not much.
Yeah, 8 years ago it was this, like 17
Yeah,
pesos.
long story short, I started doing videos immediately when I landed here. But it was documenting my experience out here. But again, it was just only the obsession. That was just the thing that was keeping me
now, you said
from going crazy.
You said a word, documenting. Because, guys, again, if this is your thing, I mean, if you want to live out of your YouTube channel, this man right here knows the deal. He's been doing this for 10 years, maybe more. Who knows, you know? So when he started, he had nothing.
Right.
So, because the thing is, sometimes we see this huge guy. I mean, in your case, because I know you for several years now, and I know the people that knows you, because at the end they also contact me, because of the videos we do together, and you're a celebrity. That's what you are. It's true.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't consider myself. I don't even think myself as that.
Right. Because you see it differently. Because if you're doing it for the fame, dude, it'll be hard.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I will be a different person too.
Totally.
Act differently and stuff like that. And that's the thing. I don't do it for the fame. I like doing the videos. I love you guys. But I love you guys over there on the other side of the screen.
I love you this much. No, we do love
you. Know what I mean?
Yeah. So you said again. Sorry, I just lost it. So you said documenting your life. Is that one of the tricks? I mean, no.
No. I mean, again, there's no trick. There's
Okay.
no trick. There's no tricks.
Thank you.
There's no tricks. It's just you gotta
Please
do it. Yeah,
elaborate.
that's it. There's no trick. It's like if you ask Michael Jordan,
What's the trick?
what's your trick? He'll tell you straight up. It's like I wake up at 4 in the morning or whatever, right?
Black
And I'm
Mamba
yeah,
style.
That's right. Yeah, or Kobe Bryant, right?
Kobe.
And like I'm there at the gym, before anybody, and I'm the last one to leave. That
Sweet.
kind of stuff, you know what I mean?
Sweet.
Yeah. And there's no easy about, but that's the thing. There's nothing easy in life. And there's a saying. I don't know if you know this guy named Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary
For
V.
sure, Gary V.
He said this.
Shout out to Gary V.
Shout out to Gary V, man. For real.
You know,
he'll be watching this.
You know what? Yeah, that would be crazy. You know, that would be crazy.
So shout out to him. But anyways,
Yeah.
he said many things that were very impactful to me and many people.
Yeah.
But one of the things he said is like, instead of doing waking up and starving, doing something you hate, why don't you starve doing something you love?
Oh man.
And so that was the same thing.
Love it.
That's the thing. And so for me, when I was doing the videos again, in October of 10 years ago,
16,
16, whatever, yeah. No, 2015. October of 2015 was my first official upload video. But again, back then I had money, everything was okay. I was just doing it for the fun of it. I'm experimenting, whatever. And then I stopped doing it for years. But then when I started doing it again, I had nothing. And it was more like a cathartic, what I mean?
Yeah.
Like a thing where it's just like, again, I was at the super low point in my life, and I just needed people to listen to me. So I wasn't looking for fame. I wasn't looking for money. I wasn't looking for anything.
But now you have fame and money.
No, maybe some fame. I don't know about money. Definitely no money. Please send your donations.
Yeah.
No, but like honestly, I was just doing it because it's like I needed somebody to talk to.
Right.
I needed an outlet. I needed all that stuff. And then on YouTube, there was a community. There was people there that again, they shared my crazy thoughts at the time, and through that I was able to, I don't know, just feel better, and it was encouraging, and I just kept making more videos and more videos. And by the way, if you look at those videos, they were terrible, horrible.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was going to ask
Horrendous.
that. Right. Because you want. Some guys have this in mind. Yeah, I'm not going to start now because I want this to be perfect.
Nah. Listen.
Can you get to that point?
Yeah, and by the way, let me give you, again, background, okay? I'm very comfortable in front of the camera now. I'm very comfortable doing this. But when I first started this, again...
So you're an introvert?
Yeah, over 10 years ago.
No, you're not.
No.
An introvert? No.
It kind of, sort of. I mean, I'm extroverted, but I'm introverted, whatever. Anyways, but look, when I first started doing this, I just wanted to film and edit, and I wanted to make videos. I didn't want to be in the video.
Right.
But when, again, you're first starting out, again, remember 10 years ago, and especially this is still new, and I'm asking people, hey, you want to be in my video? Hey, you want to? They're like, no, I don't want to.
Who's this guy?
Yeah. Or you
Get away.
They were shy, there it is, right? So eventually that's when I had, it's like somebody has to be in the video.
Right.
So I had to put myself in the video, and so that's how eventually, you know what I mean? I just got to where I am because it's,
So
I got comfortable by getting uncomfortable.
Right, exactly. A lot of our followers, they might be thinking right now, but I'm not an extrovert. I'm more, the type of person that likes to hold the camera and just maybe I could speak on a podcast, but not a video. So the question is, do you need to have a skill?
That's not a skill per se. It's just you gotta have the balls. I don't know, the cojones.
Cojones.
In the sense of just putting yourself out there. Look, again, another Gary V. Another Gary V-ism. So one of the things that he said.
Gary V-ism. I love that.
Yeah. He'll humble your ass immediately.
Yeah.
But look, straight up, a lot of people, like you were saying, it's like, oh, I'm not ready. Oh, I don't want to put it up there because people are going to watch my videos and they're going to make fun of me. Look, the thing that you realize...
My friends will hate it.
Yeah, whatever. All that stuff. The thing that you're going to realize when you first start doing this and you start uploading and putting videos up is what? Then nobody's going to watch it. No one's going to watch any of your videos. No one cares.
That's so true.
No one cares. In fact, that's really the ego hit. When you start publishing and nobody's watching. Not even your family, not even your mom, nobody cares.
That's hard,
Yeah. And so then immediately, when
so you need to have the
exactly, because so once you publish and nobody's watching, well then if you really want to do this, you'll do it because at the end of the day you start thinking, well, nobody's watching.
You know
So
what?
yeah, who cares? I'm just doing it to the. But
Right.
if you care about who's watching, if you care about you're not.
You know what? Let me tell you something. This when we started the podcast this year, we started the video podcast because 2-3 years ago, just you know, this thing and just Spotify, and that was it. And I remember, this is a quick story, right? And I remember we had a meeting, Anel and I, shout out to Anel, she's always there. And she said, look, do you want to know how many listeners or followers we have? I said, no, I don't care. And you know what? Because it could be hard. There's just one follower, and that's me.
That's me. I follow you.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 2 now. But that's the thing. I mean, I didn't care. I do it just because I love it. I love, you know, to share my ideas, share my story. Because if that helps someone, awesome. That's fantastic. Period. Not doing it for the fame, not doing it for the money. We do this because we love to share. We love to document what we're doing, right? And it's not perfect. It'll never be perfect. There's no such thing as perfection.
Right.
So I remember when we started, like you did, we said, okay, let's do it. Rock and roll. And here we are years after, you know, beating ourselves up and just sometimes just fuck, let's do it because we need to record.
Yeah. And look, I'm gonna tell you, like, I've learned things along the way.
Oh, yeah.
Because I've been frustrated, you know, again, doing this for years, you know, sometimes, okay, so, again, when I moved out here, I was just doing it for fun, but, again, I still needed to eventually make money, right?
Right.
And I was barely making any money, you know, like barely. You know, the thing is I had other jobs, I did other work, and, again,
that's how we met.
Yeah. I was doing videos, photography, you know, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
So anything I could do within that world, within that realm. And it was enough. It was enough to keep me going. But eventually, years down the line, as I was doing the YouTube stuff, I gotta call.
Go ahead.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I apologize to the audience. I know that. Yeah, because I'm still recovering from a
you know, and that's why I said thank you for being
here, man.
You still got
to show up. That's right. You still got to.
Yeah,
But anyways, as the years went on, I was like, man, I don't want to continue working. You know, I had all these jobs, but it's like, and then the world was changing as well. People were now editing their own videos, taking their own photography. So it's like it was less, you know, jobs available. But regardless, the one thing that was constant is that I wanted to continue making YouTube videos.
Right.
And so then years down the line, again, I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago, 5 years ago, I finally said, okay, I had a business consulting meeting with myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at,
that's
YouTube,
new.
my YouTube thing as a business.
Mm-hmm.
And what am I doing wrong? What do I have to do right? It's all about the money, you know, in the sense of like, not about the money, but like it's a business. You gotta make money. So
you gotta treat it as a business, right?
Exactly. Because look, when I was doing the business consulting back in Seattle, and even before then, I was doing restaurant consulting.
Mm-hmm.
And again, long story short, a lot of people get into the restaurant or anything. It's like, oh, I love what I do. And then they're not making money. And it's because, well, you're doing it for the love and you're not really treating it like a business. At the end of the day, it's a business.
That's right.
I mean, if you want,
it's a hobby.
Yeah.
If you're not making any money, it's just a hobby.
Exactly. So you got to learn how to monetize it. So, you know, I would help people with business, you know, whether it was restaurant or what have you, in order to learn how to monetize or, again, really, you know, do the business aspect. You know, business is the main thing. You can still do what you love, but you have to. Okay. So, anyways, with that said, I had my business consulting meeting with myself, and long story short, you know, what I told myself: hey, bro, you got to make better videos. You got to make better content. You got to
not perfect, but better.
Better. Yeah. Because I was already over the hump. I was already making videos for years. So at that point, it's like, okay, I need to improve. I need to, you know, all that stuff.
Right.
And not just that, but then you know, have the serious conversation. How am I going to monetize this? What am I going to do? That's when I started doing the consultations. That's when I started even selling T-shirts.
Right.
Whatever, you know, all kinds of things to really monetize it to the point where, well, now I can live off of it. Okay, but again, as the years have gone on, again, at the end of this past year, 2025, I was already like, hitting a plateau.
Mm-hmm.
And, meaning he's like, okay, this is great, it's wonderful. But it's
what's next?
Yeah, you know what I mean? I wanted to do something else. And then starting this year, it's like, okay, I revived my other channels and it's going great. And I just started going back to basics, where it's just going back to every single day, doing a video, having a conversation with people.
So let me ask you this, because a lot of our friends here might be asking or just telling themselves, because that's the worst part of it. When you talk to yourself, you better talk good things instead of telling you a lot of crazy things that might not happen. So if you want to talk to yourself, the best thing you could do is to lift you up, right? Sometimes I hear people say, yeah, but YouTube now, or Instagram, or TikTok. I mean, there are a lot of YouTubers, a lot of TikTokers, a lot of podcasters. So maybe it's not for me because, I'm just...
Yeah, it's oversaturated.
Right.
Yeah, but no, I don't know.
But is it though?
No, because it's like someone saying, like, oh, I want to be a musician.
I want to be an attorney.
Yeah, I want to be an attorney.
Damn.
Yeah. And it's like, but it's just, musician. Something like, hey, I want to be a musician. And people say, so it's oversaturated.
Right.
I mean, come on, right? How many musicians are there? How many musicians are there going to be? And so on and so forth, right? So it's kind of like the same thing with this. It's just, it is oversaturated, but it's not. It's more about, again, going back to what I was just saying earlier, providing, quality content. And not just quality.
Right.
What is quality content?
Exactly. So what takes you there? What takes you to that quality content? Because some people just love to watch a guy maybe building up a potato gun.
Sure. Yeah. That's entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
And some others would like to see a guy just explaining taxes. Damn, it's so boring.
No, but that's not. Yeah, but that's not. That would fall under the category of education.
Right.
That would fall under the category again of value, providing value.
Right.
Just like even this conversation is providing value to people out there that, again, because look,
might be thinking to open their own channel.
Yeah, because look, I'm gonna tell you straight up. Just like with all the consulting and all the things that I've done, a lot of times I make people realize, hey, this is not for you.
Sweet.
It's as simple as that.
I love that.
Yeah, and this is not for everybody. Again, I love what I do to the point where, again,
so YouTube is not for everyone.
No.
Of course not.
Just like my musician's not for everybody, being a lawyer is not for everybody, things like that.
Yeah, you got to be crazy.
Yeah, and
to become a lawyer.
And you got to have certain talents in order to do that, certain abilities.
Or develop those talents.
As well. Yeah. And the same thing goes with YouTube and stuff. And so I was able to develop those talents.
Okay, so what happens if someone wants to, has the ability, knows how to talk to the camera and has a great voice, but doesn't have the skill to operate a camera? What should I do? I'm great before a camera. I know I am, but I don't know how to handle all this. What should I do?
Learn. Learn. I'm serious. These days you can just go on YouTube. These days you can just go on YouTube and learn how to do anything.
Right.
It's not that difficult.
YouTube University.
Yeah. It's really not that difficult if you really, really want to do it. If you want to do it, you'll learn it. It's not that, But again, that's another thing too. Some people have an eye, some people don't.
So you think the YouTube skills that you need to develop, or the knowledge you need to put into your YouTube channel, is it the same for Instagram, TikTok, and all the other social platforms? Will the same skills apply to the others? Because I want to be an Instagrammer, for example.
No, they're all different because, again, they're all different platforms. So on YouTube, it's more long form.
Okay.
More long form.
Bro, why YouTube? Why?
Well, what do you mean? That's the only platform there is at the moment, really, that matters.
Right. Why?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not,
why you decided to go to YouTube
instead of because it's the only platform
instead of Facebook, for example?
Because it's because it's if you want to reach the most amount of people, it's YouTube.
Guys,
and YouTube,
please.
Yeah, and it's just that, but like
Put it in your notes.
No, but again, don't discount Facebook. Again, it just depends on the content that you're making, and what you're doing, and what the purpose of the content. And look, if you're making videos and content for marketing, for business, you want to. Okay, that's one thing.
Right.
And so, for example, if you're doing things for like marketing and business and things like that, I would not recommend YouTube per se, but I would recommend the other platforms.
Right.
You follow me? If you're doing like artsy fartsy stuff like me, like us, then YouTube is the place to. Yeah, because YouTube,
it's a TV channel.
Yeah, it's a platform. It's a free platform. That's what a lot of people don't realize, and so it allows people. Again, me and you guys already heard my story. I already told you that again. I was doing this with nothing. All I had to do was again. I had my cameras. Again, I could have still done it with my telephone. But long story short, it doesn't take much to make something. And so at the end of the day, what you were saying is like, do I need to learn about the aperture and ISO and the thing about the camera?
Colors.
Not really. I mean, you can just get your cell phone these days and it just does it automatically. Just set it up and make sure you got a good angle and you can start making videos. Yeah.
So instead of investing in an expensive camera, you should investing in knowledge. You should be investing in learning something or reading
investing in doing.
Okay, so
doing it,
all right. Let's say I know nothing. Okay, but I have a skill. Maybe my skill is baseball. All right, but I'm not playing baseball. I love to watch the games and come up with an analysis.
Yeah.
Is that something that
you can do that?
Right, and the reason I ask this is because.
But the thing is, it's like it doesn't take that much skill to do that. Anyone can do it. Grandmas, make videos for Facebook and TikTok.
Making pies.
Yeah, or anything. Just talking about whatever. Not like complaining about, right? But
yeah.
Anyone can make anything. So. Again, if you want to,
but that was the thing.
Yeah, baseball. You want to talk about baseball? You just set up the camera and talk like we're talking.
Right.
And just upload it because you want to do it. You want to connect with people, not for money. Again, the thing is that the money will come eventually.
Consequence.
No. Will come eventually. Exactly. It'll come a consequence of you doing it long enough and good enough.
Right.
That's it. And the only thing that's going to determine that is again if you're obsessed with it enough.
Right. You said something.
Yeah.
That's right. If you do it long enough. Because if your plan is to do this I'll just upload 12 videos, one video a month, and let's see what happens. Dude, you're dead.
Yeah, I'm recording 4 today.
Jeez. I'm recording 3.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm almost there.
Yeah, I know, but that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really love it. You gotta really want to do it. And that's the thing. It's not that big of a deal. But that's the thing. It's like you gotta find what you love. So, anyways. But going back to like making YouTube videos and stuff like that, if you are making any kind of videos, if you love doing it, just do it.
So yeah, because I was thinking. So, do you recommend? Let's say I have a bakery, okay? That's my thing. Making pies and cakes is my thing. All right, but I want to sell more. And maybe I do have the skill to talk to the camera.
Yeah, that's very easy. Okay, you already have a bakery. You want to promote the bakery. Okay, like you said, you might be okay in front of the camera, whatever. It doesn't matter. Even if you are or not, you can have an employee do it. A young kid that is on their phone all day already.
Yeah.
You basically say, hey, instead of me as a boss, I mean, normally back in the day, I'll be like, hey, if you got time to lean, you got time to clean. But if I was a modern boss today, working at a bakery, at the ice cream parlor, and there's nothing to do, I'm telling my young employees, make a YouTube video. Not a YouTube video. Make a TikTok, make an Instagram, make a whatever. Help me make one. What all that stuff.
So that's the difference. Yeah. Okay,
you're already paying them.
Right.
You don't gotta hire anybody. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and long story short, it's just thinking outside the box. And so you can simply, again, as the baker, you can simply just every single day just put the camera right there in front of you and just say, okay, today I'm going to show you how to make blah blah blah.
That's documenting, and that's good for YouTube because that's content.
Yeah, but again, it's like, okay. First of all, you're making content that's education.
Correct.
Right, because you're teaching somebody how to make a pie, whatever.
Correct.
But it's also entertainment. People are entertained. Also, if you know how what is it, the algorithm and the reach, when it comes to advertising and all
like
that
that.
stuff works.
Right,
long
right,
story
right.
short, you can also make that into an advertisement. So long story short, people in your area, all right, and again, you're uploading videos. Remember, the algorithm knows all. So you're uploading these videos already, okay? And then all of a sudden, you or me, we're scrolling, we're just scrolling through, and then we'll see that video. That video will pop up because we're probably interested in cooking. It's in our algorithm. On top of that, it's a local person.
Right.
Someone, it's a bakery right around here. And so immediately you're looking at it and it's feeding you that, and you're entertained. And then long story short, it's also, as the person's giving you the recipe or making the video, it's like, hey, come visit my store.
Inviting you to maybe do it yourself.
No, come visit the store. That's the propaganda. It's the advertisement.
Right.
Sorry, my apologies for the coughing. But again, look. Again, you watch a video of someone, ¿cómo se llama? El retorno.
Right.
Okay, so basically, just to give you an example of something local, okay? So you're just watching a video and it's, you've seen these videos before. Someone eating, it's a funny video, it's a funny whatever. Before you know it, you're watching a video about el retorno. You know what I mean? And so then just think, okay. And then,
so the algorithm will take you there.
Yes.
I mean, to that particular video.
Yeah. Again, you gotta get, serious about it. It's like, hey, I want to market. I want this. I really want to understand this. You get, you gotta really. You can watch a YouTube video until how all this stuff
how
works.
to do YouTube videos. Watch a YouTube video, how to do YouTube videos.
But again, right now I'm only talking about TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and those kind of mediums.
Right.
You follow me?
So probably I was doing it wrong because I was doing videos for YouTube, maybe not as entertaining as I would love them to be. Maybe I was just sharing info. Maybe it was boring.
No. So that's the thing. And so like in the case of YouTube. So in the case of YouTube, you're sharing information. You're sharing information about, again, law, right? Taxes, all these things, right?
Real estate.
Right. And so, you're based out of Mérida, Yucatán. Pero your information is for all of Mexico. So long story short, anyone that's looking for that information online or on Google, they're going to find that video. So right now I'm on Google search. And I type in, what is a fideo comiso? You're gonna get,
a few,
and you're also gonna get a video. And if you're the only one that made that video on what is a fideo comiso, you're gonna get the views on that video because some people want to read what it is and some people want to see the video.
Right.
You're not gonna see a TikTok video, show up on the Google search.
Well, yeah.
I mean, you might, but
yeah.
Okay. So that's the thing, and so there's differences. You know what I mean? And so. What a lot of people do is that they maximize, again, for example, you can make the long form video with all the information on YouTube. And then you cut that up into little shorts.
Little pieces.
And you put it on the little shorts on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok, or whatever. And then it's like, you're just talking about taxes for 30 seconds a minute. You want more information, you want to see the complete answer to that question, go to my YouTube channel.
All right.
Or here's the link. That kind of stuff, you know what I mean? And so that's how you eventually get people, and then the monetizing.
Right.
So in your case, okay, so again, the lawyer, your lawyer services, how you monetize is that you're bringing people in. Okay, so by you putting information out there,
right?
Okay, you're letting people know who you are, like an advertisement, but you're providing them value in that advertisement, probably something that they were already looking for.
Right.
And so then immediately building that trust, building that relationship, and immediately they hit you up. So the real trick with social media and these things is to have a business behind it. So going back to the consulting I had to do with myself.
Sweet.
What was I going to sell?
Right.
What was I going to sell? Because it's like, yeah, you can make ad revenue. That's one way to make. But really, the real way to make money with all this stuff is that you got to have something on the side.
Right.
So that's when, again, I started doing the consulting again. But like this time, instead of doing professional business consulting, I was like, no, I'll consult with you and the audience if you want to move to Mexico. Or if you want to have a one-on-one chat about whatever, things like that. And then started monetizing it that way, monetizing it other ways, you follow me, creating business relationships and so on and so forth. Same as the baker. The baker already
makes money out of
baking, but they want to make more money. they gotta advertise. And so you can go the traditional way and pay for advertising, or you can create your own advertising.
So guys, we were doing it all wrong. Probably, yeah, because, you know.
You follow me, right?
Yeah. And
No, but again, go into just the last thing I want to say, if you go into like the love of what you do. So for example, you're the baker, you know that you got to make these videos, you know you got to do it, but you don't love making videos. You love making bread, you love making cookies, you love making whatever. But the kids,
and we love eating them.
Yeah, but the kids that are serving the cookies, the kids that are working the register, working for you, they don't want to do that.
Yeah.
They probably want to make a YouTube or TikTok video or an Instagram video. So you tell them to, and then they'll do it. They have the want, the desire, and before you know, you might have a social media marketing team right there,
right,
making you amazing content. Before you know, you got a line at the door.
I mean, I remember this guys, this gas station. They were very famous. I mean, using wigs and that was crazy, and that was TikTok.
Yeah. So there's many ways to go about this, and so. You know, it's don't limit yourself. You know what I mean? And then look, in my case, where I just wanted to make videos, it was more difficult for me because I had to create monetization out of what I was already doing, which was talking crap. So just talking.
So the trick, if I may say, so the trick is, if you're starting a YouTube channel, just make sure. I mean, it'll be easy, quote unquote. It will be easier if you have a business behind, right? And just promote that that business through your channel. Now, if you don't have a business, that doesn't mean you cannot start a YouTube channel. You can start a YouTube channel and provide information of whatever you do, whatever skill you have, and share that with an audience. And just make sure to do it for a long period of time.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like for example,
is that accurate?
Yes, that's 100% accurate. Yes, and so like that's the thing. It's like at the end of the day, you know, there are many YouTube channels out there that are like, for example, a plumber, an electrician, and they love, you know, they're young and or whatever, but they just love making videos. They love again the interacting with the audience, all this stuff, and every time that they're out doing a job, they're recording that job. Sweet. And at the same time, it's either, you know, you watch it because it's like a disaster of a plumbing situation, or, you know, you're learning.
Which is also fun.
Yeah, exactly. Because I watch those. I'm not a plumber. I don't really think about any of that. You know.
And I don't care.
Yeah. Well, no, but I care about the crazy plumbing situation, and that's the thing. And so like, and you're getting views from that. You can monetize it that way. You know, so you're making money doing, you know, your plumbing, and you can also make money doing the YouTube videos, and you can also make money through both. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, one feeds the other, and vice versa.
Right.
It's like, hey, I saw you on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's, you know, that happens to me when I'm at Costco. Hey, you're that guy yeah, I'm that guy. Yeah. And so say hello to us. I will, because I'll see him this Friday or next Tuesday. So yeah, that's what I said. You're very famous in the area, bro. And congrats to that. Hats off. And, all right, bro. I won't take much of your time right now. I know. First and foremost, thank you. Thank you so much for being here, for making the time. I remember we were going to record this video last week, but you were not, 100%. But thank you for being here, bro, and for sharing with this audience how to build a smart YouTube channel, but also to let them know that not just for being smart, it means that next week you'll be monetizing that channel. It'll take years before that happens. But if you're consistent, if you're a beast, if you're obsessed, you'll get there, right?
Yeah.
And you'll start monetizing that damn YouTube channel, for sure.
And I'm gonna tell you again, just final
words. Please, yeah.
As you said, beast.
Yeah.
Mr.
Beast,
I'm sure
right?
You guys have heard of it. So the thing
Shout out to me. He's going to watch this as well.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, Gary Vee, Gary Vee, the Mr. Beast. Who else?
A lot of right? No, but like, but just again, your obsession. Again, it doesn't. We're not here to judge anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Your obsession could simply be, I want to be famous. Your obsession could simply be, I want to be rich. I want to be. Listen, that was Mr. Beast's obsession. And what he
Grant Cardone.
Yeah. And what
Mr. Cardone. Yeah.
They learned Okay, they'll deep into that. They failed a lot. They for years, they were struggling with that until eventually they cracked that code and they got it. They did it. So again, it doesn't matter for me. I just all I wanted to do was I wanted to be able to make videos. I wanted to have my voice heard, and I wanted to be able to just live off of that. That's it. Nothing fancy. Sure, if it provides me millions of dollars, great, wonderful. If I'm super famous, awesome, wonderful. But again, even if I'm just famous in my neighborhood, that's fine. But it's not even about the fame. It's more about what that fame come with. Again, yeah, people would say, hey, say hi to Jose, blah blah blah. But it's like, hey, but it's because I helped them. We helped them. We helped them some way somehow. And that's the thing. It's not just like, oh, I'm famous because I make dumb TikTok videos. It's because I'm providing value. I'm helping people. So it's a different kind of thing, and just doing it for the love of the game. That's it. And then the money will come. The money will come. If you can't have both. That's the thing. You got to either be obsessed with what you love and live life. Like live your life, or not. You know what I mean? And so that's the thing. It's like you can be all about the money. That can be your obsession. Right.
Or fame.
Yeah.
Fame and money. All right. Do it. And just in 10 years. So start now. So in 2036, you'll be rich and famous. But go ahead and do it. Start now. And stop, wasting your time watching videos that do not bring something to your project. Because, if this video helps, fantastic. If it doesn't help, just skip it. And watch a video that might help what you're doing or what your plan is.
And again, yes. And again, not just watching videos, reading books, whatever, but executing. You can, because at the end of the day, you can read books all day, you can watch videos all day, but if you're not doing anything besides that, you're not doing anything at all. So, you watch.
It's not going to happen, In 10 years, we'll be,
Yeah, you can read a bunch of books on swimming, but if you don't go out in the ocean and try swimming.
Nothing's going to happen. If you don't start now, nothing's going to happen within the next 10 years. So this man right here, he started 10 years ago. And now he's getting there, because I'm pretty sure, and correct me if I'm wrong, your vision is way bigger.
Yeah, things have changed. Things have changed. When I first started doing it, it was just, let's see what happens. And now it's like, okay, now it's like, I got a vision. Yeah, I do have a thing. And it's like, it's exciting. It's fun. It's a journey.
All right. So
yeah.
Okay, real quick, because we were going, So, and sorry to, keep asking. So now we just mentioned the vision part of it, the obsession, the grind, the whole thing. But now vision. So it is a big part of it, right?
Yes. But again, you don't gotta you don't gotta get overwhelmed by the vision.
Right.
Look, simply put, when I first started doing what I'm doing, I didn't know, okay?
Yeah, the whole thing.
The vision. I didn't know what I wanted. All I knew is what I didn't want.
Okay.
And so I was just doing everything humanly possible to avoid those things that I didn't want.
Right. The noise.
No. Just like I didn't want to work a job.
Okay.
I didn't want to be like all these things that led me to eventually, do these uncomfortable things. One way or the other, I was going to be uncomfortable.
Right.
And so the thing was just.
So better to be uncomfortable with something you like.
Yeah. And so simply put, it's like, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to live out of my car and go back to working in a kitchen in a restaurant, or do I want to move to Mexico and make YouTube videos and figure it out? That kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. And so it's many of those decisions, where you just gotta have to constantly, I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
Because we're talking about the vision.
The vision, yeah. So my vision was that I didn't want that life. I already had that life. I already lived that crappy life.
Right.
I wanted something else.
Right.
And the only way I was gonna get that something else is by doing something else, by doing
something different.
Yeah. And that's it. It's as simple as that. And then doing that multiple times over and over and over, led me here. Again, asking me 10 years ago if I would have seen me here doing I wasn't even thinking about moving to Mexico or anything like that. That wasn't even, let alone the life that I live. But if you asked me 10 years ago, is the life that I'm living now the life that I envisioned myself in a sense? It's like, yeah, it is.
Yes.
Because again, at the end of the day, what I envisioned from my life was that I just wanted to do what I loved, you know, be able to wake up and, you know, want to do what I love, you know what I'm saying? And just live, man, I don't know, just the life that I'm living now. It's hard to explain because we all have our
we
version
can
of
see that. I mean, you can see it in your face.
But that's it. It was just like, just constantly betting on yourself and constantly, you know, going hard at what you believe in.
Right.
Even when it doesn't make sense. And yeah, it's difficult. It's hard to explain, but yeah, that's.
Brother, we could, you know,
talk about this all day.
all day. And you know what? Thank you so much, bro. Thank you so much. And I'm pretty sure that people watching this video or listening to the podcast will ask for more. And hopefully, maybe in the future, you'll accept to, you know, record part 2 of this. Maybe we can talk about something different. Maybe your personal life. No, I'm not. I'm just kidding.
No, anything. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm an open book.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, go and watch his videos. His YouTube channel, José Arteaga Travels.
That's right.
Right,
Yeah.
bro. Thank you so much, brother. And guys, thank you for listening. Thank you if you're in your car or if you're watching this video at home. Thank you so much. Honestly, this first interview in English was a pleasure to me, especially with this man right here. I've learned so much from you, Jose, in this past 7 years that we've been, you know, recording and doing crazy stuff that people love. And I truly enjoy. Every time we go out there and record some videos, man, I love it. I love it, bro. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you. And guys,
Thank you.
I'll see you next time, and until then, have a great one. Ciao.